Hey, since I'm wearing my Patriot hat here the last couple of days, thought I'd do another video. Folks, I'm just trying to get people to think and to get you to waking up here and waking up tired. To get you to wake up here and realize that the federal government is not our ally. They're not our friend. And the Constitution was written because the framers knew that eventually this was going to happen. The Constitution was written in a way that there would be a balance of power, not only within the government, but between the people and the government. And the balance is that the people were supposed to rule the government and keep the government in check, not the government passing laws and keeping the people in check. See, this is all backwards, but I want you to consider this tonight. You know, we have the not only the right but the responsibility of taking care of our families. And that requires in our society today of going out and getting a job and earning a living in order to feed and clothe and house our families. That's a God-given natural right, by the way, to take care of ourselves. It's not even a right, it's more of a responsibility. But here's where this gets interesting. So in our country today, in the United States of America today, if you want to get a job, you have to fill out a W-4. Now, let me explain. You don't pay taxes. They take taxes. See, you pay a bill. You pay a debt. But that's not what happens when you go to... Because you go get a job, automatically they take money out of your account like you owe them something. Well, for what? You know, I get nothing from the federal government. Zero, zilch, zip, nada. And so they're taking money that I don't owe them, first of all. I don't have a contract with the IRS. I don't have a contract with the federal government. And if I didn't borrow something from them, if they didn't sell me something, then what am I paying them for? But I'm not paying them. They're taking it out of my check every week. Now, and they're you know, look, you can claim exempt, and they don't take taxes out. And I'm not going to get into that too much. Here's the problem. Here's the problem. This is called coercion and extortion. And at what point are people going to get pissed off enough to say no more? Guys, don't you realize that this is, you know, and for a long time I bought into the be a good citizen and this and that and everything else. But as I have studied the Constitution and as I have realized what the government has done, they've deceived us, they've lied to us, they've used us, abused us, and made us slaves to a system that they set up and established. You know, taxes were always supposed to be collected off of excise sales and goods and services, not off of workers out there trying to support their families and to make a livelihood. But don't you see what the government has done to the people by forcing you to fill out a piece of paper in order to get a job? If that is not the definition of coercion, if that is not the definition, and if taking money that doesn't belong to them in order for you to keep your job, if that's not the extortion, I don't know what else to call it. I don't know what else to call it. All right, well, I'm going to close this off, but you think about that. Have a good night.